ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Sairam everyone. We are in the 11th Anuvakam of Namakam of Sri Rudram. We are going to be looking at the last mantra of the 11th Anuvaka. This mantra is also considered to have comprising of 3 distinct mantras. So we will look at how it is being looked at. So let's start with reading the mantra. Sai. Namo Rudrebhyo Ye Prithvyam Yentarikshe Ye Divi Ye Shamannam Vato Varshamishavattebhyo Dasha Prachir Dasha Dakshina Dasha Pratichir Dashodichir Dashordvastebhyo Namaste no Mridayantu Te yam Dvishmo Yascha no Dveshti Tam Vo Jambhe Dadhami. Namo Rudrebhyo Ye Prithivyam Yentarikshe Ye Divi Ye Shamannam Vato Varshamishlavastebhyo Dasha Prachir Dasha Dakshina Dasha Pratichir Dashodichir Dashordvastebhyo Namaste no Mridayantu Te yam Dvishmo Yascha no Dveshti Tam Vo Jambhe Dadhami. Namo Rudrebhyo Ye Prithivyam Yentarikshe Ye Divi Ye Shamannam Vato Varshamishlavastebhyo Dasha Prachir Dasha Dakshina Dasha Pratichir Dashodichir Dashordvastebhyo Namaste no Mridayantu Te yam dvishmo yascha no dveshti tam vo jambhe dadhami. I understand that this mantra is very long, but I think if you break it down and practice, you can master it. So we'll take it slowly. I will just highlight some consonants which have to be paid attention to, and then we will continue. Namo Rudrebhyo. This is the fourth letter in the pa varga, so it has to be aspirated. Rudrebhyo. Okay. Ye, Rithi. The thi is the second letter in the tha varga, so it has to be aspirated. Prithivyam. Yentere kshe. The kshe is the sha is the tongue should be raised, the tip should be pointing towards the roof of the mouth. Ksha. Okay. Antere kshe. Ye divi, ye sha. Again, tongue tip of the tongue should be pointed upwards. Ye sha. Mannam vato varsha. Again. Ye sha. Again. Same sha. Stebhyo. Is actually aspirated because it's the fourth letter in the pa varga. Dasha, prachir, dasha, dakshina. Again the sha, which is tip pointing upwards, tongue tip. Dasha, prachir, dashodichir, dashord. This is again the fourth letter in the tha varga, so it has to be aspirated. Shord, o, steb. Again, bha is actually fourth letter in the pa varga, so it has to be aspirated. Namaste no mridayantu teyam dish. Again, same sha, which is pointing upward. Dishmo. Yascha not dveshti. Again, sha pointing up. Tam vo jambhe. Bha is again fourth letter in the pa varga, should be aspirated. The dhami. Again, dha is the second dha. The is the third dha. This is the fourth dha. Fourth letter in the tha varga. So it is aspirated. The dhami. I understand quite a bit of things to pay attention to, but I think with practice you can master it. Now we will look at the pada vibhaga. So we are going to separate the words, remove the sandhis, and look at the words. So I suggest that you practice with the pada form, then you can, once you get all the letters right, words right, then you can put it all together. Okay. Let's look at the pada form of the mantram. Namo is namaha. Actually, the visarga is visarga because of sandhi, it becomes o, namo. So it's namaha. Rudrebhyaha. Rudrebhyaha. That again visarga becomes o because of sandhi. Ye Prithvivyam. This ye antarikshe. Ye and a, because of that sandhi, you see the a becoming avagraha. It's S shaped one. We have already discussed. Yentarikshe. Ye divi. Yesham annam. Yesham plus annam becomes Yesham annam. Sandhi. Vatah, the visarga has become O because of Sandhi. Then Varsham Ishava Tebhyaha. Three words have become one word here. Varsham Ishavas Tebhyo. Okay. So Varsham, then Ummani becomes me. Okay. Varsham and Umman E becomes a me. The Ishavaha, the Visarga becomes is. And Tebhyaha, this Visarga becomes O. So Varsham Ishavas Tebhyo. That's a combined word. Individually, they are Varsham, Ishavaha, and Tebhyaha. Hence, Dasha, Prachihi, and Dasha, because Sandhi, the Visarga becomes Ir. So it becomes Prachir Dasha. Prachir Dasha. Dakshina, the Visarga is actually dropped because of Sandhi here. Dakshina. Dasha Pratichihi, this Visarga becomes Ir here, you can see. Prachi, Dasha Pratichir. Okay, it becomes, the Visarga becomes Ir. Dasha plus Udichihi, Udichihi becomes Dashodi. The A plus U becomes O. That's how you get Dasho, this one, Dashodi. Okay, Sho. Sha plus U becomes Sho. Dashodichi. Again, the Visarga becomes Ir, as you can see here. So, okay, Udichir Dasha. Again, Sha plus U becomes Sho. So, Dashordhva. Okay, Dashordhva. The Visarga becomes Is here. Urdhvastebhyo. The Visarga has turned into Is, so Urdhvastebhyaha. Okay. Again, Tebhyaha, the Visarga becomes O. Then we have Namaha Te becomes Namaste. Okay, Namaste. Naha becomes O. Visarga again becomes O. So that's how we get Tebhyaha. Sorry. Namaste. No. Okay. Namaha Te becomes Namaste. Again, Naha becomes No. So it becomes Namaste. No. Mridayantu Te Yam Dushmaha. Again, this Visarga becomes O because of Sandhi. Dishmaha. Dishmo. Yaha plus cha, the Visarga becomes Ish because of Sandhi. So that's how you get Yas cha. Okay, Yas cha. Okay, Yas cha. Again, the Naha here, the Visarga becomes No. Dveshti. Tam. Vaha, because of Visarga becoming O, it becomes Vo. Jambhe, Dadhami. As you can see, so many words are put together, so there are lots of sandhis. Transformation of the Visarga into various forms. Okay, so I've given the transliteration. You can take a look at it. Take your time. So I just I've given some different color coding here. That is because there are three distinct mantras. How they have come together in one mantra. You look at that. So I have given color coding. I will explain to you in the next slide. So this is the mantra, one mantra, and I have broken them down into three different mantras. Okay. So in English, for example, you will say, you can put three words, and if you are talking about them, you will say three other things and say respectively. So, you know, the first one should be attached to the first attribute, the second one with the second attribute, and third one with the third attribute. So that is the structure of the sentence. But individually, you can take each one and form a sentence and understand what that means. Okay, so that's the idea. So as you can see, Ye Prithivyam Annam, they are connected. Ye Antarikshe and Vataha, they are connected. Ye Divi and Varsham is also connected. Okay. So now let's look at the mantra. So what I've done here is Namaha Rudrebhyaha Ye Prithivyam. Then I have skipped these two. Prithvyam. Yesham Annam. Then I skip these two and say Ishavaha. Tebhyaha Dasha Prachihi. Dasha Dakshinaha. Dasha Pratichihi. Dasho Udichihi. Dasha Urdvaha. Tebhyaha Namaha Te Naha Mridayantu. Te Yam Dvishmaha Cha Naha Veshti Tam Vahajambhe Dadami. Okay, so that's first one. Then the same way, Namaha Rudrebhyaha Ye Antarikshe Yesham Vataha Ishavaha Tebhyaha Dasha Prachihi Dasha Dakshinaha Dasha Pratichihi Dasha Udichihi Dasha Urdhvaha Tebhyaha Namaha Te Naha Mridayantu Te Yam Dushmaha Yachanaha Dveshti Tam Vahajambhe Dadahami. So that's the second one. The third one is Namaha Rudrebhyaha Ye Divi Yesham Varsham Ishavaha Tebhyaha Dasha Prachihi Dasha Dakshinaha Dasha Pratichihi Dasha Udichihi Dasha Urdhvaha Tebhyaha Namaha Te Naha Mridayantu Te Yam Dvishmaha Yachanaha Dveshti Tam Vaha Jambhe Dadhami. Okay, those are three mantras. Okay, that's how this mantra is. Let's look at the meaning one by one. So I've given three, address each of them separately. So we'll take the first of those three and we'll look at them. Okay, look at the meaning. Namaha, salutation. Rudrebhyaha, to Rudras. So Rudrebhyaha Namaha, that means to Rudras. See, Rudraha is singular. Rudraha means plural. Okay. This Rudras, Rudrebhyaha means two. It's a fourth vibhakti. Okay, which we have already looked at. Whenever we bow down, we see two Rudras. Okay, Rudras, our salutation. Rudrebhyaha Namaha or Namaha Rudrebhyaha. So we are bowing down to all the Rudras. Then goes on to say who these Rudras are. Ye, those who Prithivyam on earth. Okay. So you can say Ye Prithivyam Rudrebhyaha Namah. So all the Rudras on this earth. Okay, Prithivyam comes from the word Prithivi. Prithivi means earth. Prithivya means on earth or in earth, whichever way you want to take it, because it's the seventh vibhakti. Okay, so Prithivyam, Ye Prithivyam, all those Rudras on this earth, to them our salutation. Okay. Then the mantra goes on to explain Ye Sham, means whose, Annam, food, Ishavaha. Okay, their food is Ishavahi, arrows. Okay. So these Rudras, for them the food also is, so that's what keeps them alive. So we will look at Annam also, meaning, but for now it will say it's food. Tebhyaha, to those Rudras. Dasha Prachihi, Dasha means 10. Prachihi means east faced. Okay, facing east. Okay, so that means they may be facing east. Okay, from the east they are coming, whichever way you want to take it. They belong to the east also, you can say. I will just say, east faced. Those 10 east faced. So let's see what is this 10, what is the east faced. Most of the commentators have given the word Dasha as 10 fingers. They say, when you bow down and you worship, you put the hands together. So there are 10 fingers. So that's what this mantra refers to. Okay, so that means you put your hands together and face east. Okay. Dasha Dakshina. Dakshina means 10 south faced. I think I may have covered this before. Dakshina means right side. Dakshina means right side. So when we are facing east, what is on the right side is south. Okay, so south faced. So you face south and put your hands together. The 10 coming together. Okay, that's the way they have translated, but we will look at it a bit more later. Okay. Dasha Pratichihi. Okay. Pratichihi is opposite of Prachihi. Pratichihi is westwards. Okay. Pratichihi. 10 westwards. Dasha Udichihi. That means north. So we are covered from east, south, west, and now north. Udichi. So you can also see somebody who is praying, they will turn around, clockwise. So that's the way the directions are counted. Udichihi is 10 north face. Dasha Udichihi. Dasha Urdhvaha. Urdhvaha means going up. What is upwards? Urdhvaha, 10 upwards faced. Tebhyah Namaha. Okay. Tebhyah means to them. Tebhyah means to those. Means to those Rudras. Tebhyah actually means those. Actually, I've already said to those here. Tebhyah Namaha. To them salutation. Okay. Then te means those. Naha means us. Mridayantu. So that means let them. Mrida, I think we have already looked at the word mrida. May make comfortable, may make happy. The multiple meaning we have looked at. So let them, those who we have worshipped them, let them make us comfortable, happy, in a state of sukha. Okay, you can say. They, those, yam, whoever it is, whoever. Dvishmaha. Dvishmaha means we hate. Anyone whom we hate. Okay. Yaha, who else? You can say else also, but whoever. Cha means and. Maybe I should call it whoever else. Let me put, so it's in English way. Okay. Whoever else. Naha, us. Dveshti. If there's anyone else who hates us. So we also hate people, maybe many people. There may be others who hate us, who hates us. Okay. Tam, that person. Vaha, your. Jambhe. Okay, jambhe is in the mouth. I will explain what else the jambhe can mean. Jambhe, in the mouth, because jambha is the singular simple noun. Jambhe is the seventh vibhakti, seventh form of that noun. which basically means in the mouth, or if Jambha is mouth, in the mouth, on the mouth, all that kind of meaning it gives. Okay, Jambhe. Dadhami means I place it there. Okay, so that's the mantra. The word Jambha means that which crushes, that which swallows. Jambha means anything which crushes or swallows is Jambha. Because in Sanskrit I have said one word will not, it's not a label, it's a description. So that which crushes something, that which swallows. So this Jambha can be mouth. People have equated it to teeth because it crushes. They have said it's jaws. You can say it's fire also, because fire also swallows. Anything you put, it'll crush it and swallow it. So fire also is referred to as Jambha. So there are multiple things. So you can say I place it in the fire, because in the Yajurveda everything is a yajna. You offer everything into the fire. So you can say Jambha is also fire also I place. So I put it in your mouth so that you can crush and swallow. All that kind of meaning it gives. Okay, so that is the first mantra. So we are saying Namo Rudrebhya, all the Rudras we bow down, all those Rudras who are on this earth, to them we bow down. For them we face eastwards, we face southwards, we face westwards, we face northwards, we face up. Okay, and we bow down to all of them. Okay, and then we say, may they keep us happy. Mridayantu. Then we say, anyone whom we hate, anyone who hates us, we place them in your Jambha. Okay, in your fire, or in your mouth, in your jaws, however you all want to think. Whichever you all prefer, you can think. I place. So that is also, this means I will do. We are making a statement to the Rudra. Lord, I am going to do that. I am doing it. Okay, that's a sense. So that means our own action. The Lord will keep us happy, and we have to offer these things to us. So generally, people have said these are all enemies who we don't like, and we will put them in your fire, you burn it. You follow them. That's a common meaning which has been given. But I will, I have a little more explanation. Then we'll come to some sort of a understanding based on whatever I understood. I will share with you. So we will move on to some extra meaning, and then also some excerpt from Swami's discourse. So last week, I think Kalyani had asked about the word Annam. So I thought I would just dwell, because we are just talking about Annam. If you go back, Prithvyam Yesham Annam, whose food it is. Okay. So I thought even the previous one of the mantras we have looked at, I think mantra 7, I think. So we will look at the word Annam. Annam means food. Mostly we think it's rice, cooked rice or something. Sorry. I don't know how it happened, but 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So Annam means food. So I've just taken, because I had mentioned, Annam is that which we eat and that eats us also. That was the meaning which I had given. So Swami has mentioned it also. So we'll look at the excerpt. But it is an excerpt from Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad consists of 3 vallis, okay, 3 chapters you can call. Siksha Valli, Brigvalli, and Brahmananda Valli. Okay, these three Vallis are there in Taittiriya Upanishad. So this excerpt is from Brahmananda Valli. In Brahmananda Valli, Dvitiya Anuvaka, that means the second Anuvaka of Brahmananda Valli. Okay, second Anuvaka of Brahmananda Valli. This is the mantra 1, verse 1. Okay, what we are going to read. Taittiriya Upanishad is the main one of the main Upanishads of the Krishna Yajurveda. Okay, I think I have covered some time back about how the Taittiriya Upanishad, Taittiriya itself came up. So it's one of the shakas of Krishna Yajurveda. So Adyate ti ja bhutani tasmadannam tadujyate. This is the line from the Upanishad. Adyate ti ja bhutani tasmadannam tadujyate. Adyate, so I have just broken down it into individual words. Adyate, atti, cha bhutani, tasmat, annam, tat uchyate. Okay. So all of them come from the root word ad. Ad is the root word. Ad means to consume, to eat. Okay. Adyate means it is eaten. It's a passive sense. Okay. It's something which is eaten is adyate. Atti. Adyate also comes from the root word ad. Atti also comes from the root word ad. Atti means something which eats. Okay. Like in gachati means goes. Okay. Patati means studies. He studies, so she studies, so it studies. All of them it applies. Atti means that eats. So that which is eaten and that which eats. Okay. What do they eat? Bhutani. Beings. So that means that which is eaten by beings, that which it eats. So annam is that which is eaten and then it eats also. Therefore, it is called annam. Okay. So that's the meaning of the word annam. Food is something which we eat and that also eats us. Now we will look at an excerpt from Swami's discourse. It's a lengthy excerpt. It's from Leela Kaivalya Vahini. Okay, Swami has written a Vahini called Leela Kaivalya Vahini. So this is from there. Spiritual. So it's a question and answer form only that Vahini Swami has written. So the spiritual aspirant is asking the question: how many forms are ascribed to the Supreme God, Parameshvara, in this Veda? Okay. Swami is talking about different Vedas. I think this relates to the Atharvana Veda, but we will take a look at it. Okay. So the questioner is asking, in what forms, how many forms is the Lord described? Swami is giving the answer. It is said that God is described as having two distinguishable forms: the serene and the terrible. Yatho Rudra Shiva Tanu Ragho Rapapa Nashini. Okay, this is the way it's written. I don't know if you all remember, it's from chapter 1, Anuvaka 1. Okay, so where in Rudram also we have seen. So the Lord has, okay, whose Tanu, his body, is Aghora, Apapa, Nashini. Okay, so that means the Lord has two aspects. One is Aghora, the other one is Shiva. Shiva, Tanu, Aghora, Apapa, Kashini. This is the way it's not exactly, but I have just accepted, okay, from the Vahini online. But as you can see, this relates to one of the mantras in the Rudram's first Anvaka. Then the spiritual aspirant is asking the question, I crave illustration by example. So then the question is, student is asking Swami, please give me examples of, what is Shiva, what is, Aghora. So then Swami goes and explains. Sai, the Narasimha, man-lion form of God that emerged from the pillar was mild and serene, beautiful and beneficent for Prahlada, the staunch devotee. At the same time, the form was terrible for Hiranyakashipu, the father who hated God to the utmost. Even nature, the concretization of the will power of God, has these two mild and fearful aspects. And water, an essential ingredient for sustaining life in beings, is vital and health giving, as well as fatal and death dealing. So Swami is telling, if everything in this world has a positive impact as well as a negative impact. So he's talking about Narasimha, where when Lord Narasimha appeared, Hiranyakashipu was scared. Prahlada was ecstatic. It's the same Lord. For a devotee, God is always granting ecstasy and bliss and joy. For a non-devotee, one who hates God, everything will be scary. Okay. And of course, Narasimha killed Hiranyakashipu. Whereas Prahlada, he blessed. Okay. And Swami is giving the water as an example. Water is vital for our health. At the same time, in the same water, if we fall down, we can die. Even the water going the wrong way into our lungs also can cause death. So water, that which can give life, also can take it away. So in this world, in this creation, and in God, there are two ways we can perceive Him. That's what Swami says. We will go on to the next next section of the excerpt. The spiritual. Pardon me for asking again for some examples. He's again asking for some examples. We always ask Swami, please explain. We don't understand. Please explain. Swami goes on to explain. All living beings exist because of food. According to the scriptures, food is of three kinds. Sattvic, promoting peace and harmony. Rajasic, promoting passions and emotions, which is activities and adventures. And Tamasic, promoting sloth and dullness. If one chooses food with discrimination and control and limits its intake, food will be health-giving medicine. On the other hand, if food is consumed indiscriminately and beyond limit, it produces illness and causes grief and pain. It assumes a fearful role. This fact is made clear in the Vedas by the probe into the word anna, food. The word anna has ad as its root, which means eating. That which is eaten by the living beings and at the same time eats the person who eats it, that food is both beneficent and maleficent. So as you can see in these two excerpts, you can see Swami, all the explanations are coming from the Vedas and the Upanishads. Just the way, we saw earlier, Swami is used one excerpt from the Rudra, Sri Rudram, to explain Shiva and Rudra aspects. Aghora, type of thing. Then he's talking about Annam, so which we saw just in Taittiriya Upanishad. So Swami is taking from there and explaining to us. Then Swami goes on to say, the sages, rishis, Atharvan and Angiras. These are the two rishis who have compiled the Atharvana Veda. That's why it's called Atharva Veda or Atharvana Veda, because of Rishi Atharva, who visualize the mantras of this Veda. Recognize this twin nature of both God and creation. The mantras appear mild or terrible in accordance with the credentials of the experiencer. But in total effect and in deeper sense, these mantras are intended to reveal the Atma and to promote peace and prosperity of humanity. And as I think, because we were looking at the mantras, generally I said the bhashyas are all showing the fearful aspect, keep the bows away, keep the arrows away, and things like that. But there is a positive, harmonious, peaceful interpretation also of the mantra, which is what I had mentioned, that the 10th Anuvaka mantras I had given slightly different, taking what Swami says. If we are devotees, we should always see everything as positive and as blessings of the Lord. There's no need for us to be afraid. If we are afraid, then we should think something we have to work on. Because there should not be anything in this world we should be afraid of. If we are Prahladas, we will never be scared. If we are Hiranyakashipus, we will always be scared. So if we want something of this world, we will be scared. If we only want the Lord, we will always be fearless. And the Lord grants, as Sri Rudra grants us. Okay, now we will go to the second mantra of the three sets, Everything in the mantra is same, except Prithvi is replaced with Antariksha, and Annam is replaced with Vata. Okay. So I will not go through all the meanings, because Nama salutation Rudra appear to Rudras, ye those who Antarikshe. I've used the word sky because that's what people sometimes use. Sky means the space between heaven and earth, that space. It's called Antariksha, in between space. Heaven is, we'll go into heaven later. This is the place between heaven and earth, that space is called Antariksha. Okay. So now we are bowing down to all the Rudras who are in this Antariksha. Earth we have already covered, who are on earth. Now we are saying all of them who are spread in this Antariksha, in the space around us. Okay. To them our salutations. We are facing east, we are facing south, we are facing west, we are facing north, and we are saying Urdhva, and we bow down. Okay, and then we say, may they let them keep us all comfortable, happy. And if anyone who hates, we hate, anyone who hates us, we offer them into your mouth. Okay, that's the prayer. So we have covered earth, we have covered in between places, and that's what this mantra does. Then we will go to the next mantra, the third mantra. There, so first it was Prithvi, then it was Antariksha, now it is Divi. Divi means heaven. Divi is heaven. All the Rudras in the heaven also we are covering now. Okay. Divi, Yesham Annam, Varsham. Oh, I think I missed. Vataha, I think it's very important. Vataha is wind. So in the space, the wind is the one which is present. Okay. So the wind is, arrows are the winds of this. Earlier we have said Annam. So that means these Rudras feed us and they take us. See, they use food as their arrow. That means it can penetrate and nourish the cell. Food can nourish the cell. it can penetrate and kill the cell also. Okay, both are possible. And now in this case, Vata, in the Antariksha, in the sky, in the space between heaven and earth, there's Vata. That means wind is there. Okay, wind also penetrates and nourishes, it can kill also. Which is basically air also we breathe. That only keeps us alive. Oxygen, without oxygen, we will all be dead. Food is important. Now, oxygen is also important for us. So, that same oxygen also can, that air, wind also can suffocate us also. Whether it's not there or it's there in too much, it can be a problem. If it's carbon dioxide, we can suffocate and die. So the wind has everything. It has oxygen, it has carbon dioxide also, and it has other poisonous aspects also. So all the Rudras use that as the weapon. Okay, that also has dual nature. Okay, they use it as arrows. That is what the weapons they use is that. So that's a belief. So again, to them also we bow down. Okay, now we go to the third one. So as I can say, Prithvi and Antariksha have been replaced by Divi, which is heaven. Annam and Vataha are now replaced by Varsham. Okay, Varsham is rain. Oh, so I have not, sorry, I missed that. Give me okay, Varsham is rain. So the rain is what from the heaven, what we get is rain. So the rains are considered to be coming from the heaven. Varna Bhagavan, Indra tells rain, and we get rain. Okay. Yeah, Vata, Vata is actually, I've used the word wind. Vata is anything which moves. Also is Vata. I don't know whether everyone knows, in our body also there are three humors. Vata, Pitta, Shletma. Okay. They also, you can equate. So there are these three aspects only keeps us all alive. So in this case, in the heavens gives us rain. Rain comes from the heavens. All blessings also come from the rain, from the heavens. So in the Antariksham, there is sun, moon, all of them also Rudras, planets, all are in the space. And they also send their rays and have an impact on us. So that happens in Antariksha. Beyond that is heaven. From there only the rains come. So to those Rudras for whom these rains are the arrows, okay, to them also we worship. We face east, we face south, we face west, we face north, we face upwards, and also we pray. And we pray that they keep us all happy and content and comfortable. And then we say all that we don't like, we hate, all those who hate us, we offer that into your mouth. Dadami. So this is the meaning of the third mantra. So first I thought I will read the excerpt from Swami's and then we'll just discuss. So what does this mean? Offering to the mouth. I think that's offering the fire. What does it mean? I should have got some additional excerpt, but I couldn't find. So I will just describe. Maybe next time I will show. But I've got one excerpt. So let's read that. You may not have any material wealth. It is enough if you have self-confidence and self-respect. Swami says even if you don't have money, it's okay. Just have self-confidence and self-respect. Respect everybody. Offer your namaskar, salutations to elders wholeheartedly. What is the inner meaning of namaskar? When you do namaskar, you join your palms and bring them close to your heart. The 5 fingers of each hand symbolizes the 5 karmendriyas, senses of action, and 5 jnanendriyas, senses of perception. These 10 senses should follow the dictates of your heart conscience. That is true namaskar. Some people do namaskara in a mechanical way. They do not bring their palms together. They say namaskaram and lift their hands as if they are going to hit you. They do namaskara like this, That means apparently Swami says they are going to hit you. When you do namaskara, bring the 10 fingers together and keep the 2 thumbs close to your heart. Here Bhagavan demonstrated on the stage how namaskar should be done by keeping his joined thumbs on his chest. Actually, maybe Swami has done it in this discourse, but 23rd of March 2011, that was the last darshan of Swami. When darshan where Swami showed everyone that on all directions. And so, he sort of symbolized this mantra, all directions, namaskar. And everyone was surprised at that time. So it's happened today is March 25th. It is March 23rd, 2011. I'm sorry. Okay, Swami demonstrated apparently. It means you are doing it wholeheartedly. Thumb is the most important finger, without which the hand becomes useless. This is the way our ancient sages and seers did namaskar. They led a sacred life and performed penance without any sense of fear. In dense forests, amidst wild animals and wicked demons or demons. What was the source of their courage and strength? They had no dehabhimana, body attachment. They had only atmabhimana, attachment to the self. What was the weapon they carried with them? They carried the weapon of self-confidence with them. That is why they could even tame wild animals like lions and tigers and play with them. They had absolutely no sense of fear. It is from self-confidence that one gets courage. Today, man is fear-stricken because he lacks self-confidence. Life has no meaning if one lacks self-confidence. Modern youth do not have faith in the Atma at all. They ask, where is the Atma? The Atma is everywhere. Atmavat sarva bhutani. See the same Atma in all beings. Sarvata pani padam sat sarvatokshi shiromukam sarvata shrutimaloke sarvamavritya tishtati. With hands, feet, eyes, head and mouth and ears pervading everything, God permeates the entire universe. Take for instance air. It is present everywhere, but you can neither see it with your eyes nor catch it with your hands. You cannot deny its existence because you cannot live without it. The same can be said of the Atma too. The Atma is the life principle of all beings. That is why in temples a ritual called Prana Pratishtha, investing life principle, is performed to the idols. You cannot live without the Atma, who is responsible for your breathing process. It is Atma. It's a discourse from 16th May 2002. I picked it up because Swami is talking about what is this 10 coming together. So actually means our karmendriyas and jnanendriyas, all this 5 senses of action and 5 senses of perception should all be offered to the Lord, the service of the Lord in all directions, on earth, in the skies and in the heavens. Everywhere we offer it's a total offering of ourselves. So it's not only our enemies we offer in the mouth, we offer ourselves to the Lord also. That is the Namaha. It is so, as you can see, it describes seeing the Lord everywhere, which is what Swami says. Sarvata Panipadam. The Lord is everywhere. Those concepts also come through in these 3 mantras, and also offering everything to the Lord. So once that we do, He looks after us. Then we come to the last piece. What do we offer in the mouth? What do we offer in the fire? We are saying the Lord will keep us happy. See, Swami always says, you come to me and give sacrifice your bad attitudes, bad feelings, and take blessings from me. I want to offer the sins and take boons. So the Lord is asking us to sacrifice all that is bad to Him. He will take care of that. So it's because He will correct us, He will fix us, He will feed us, He will nourish us. That is, Shiva is the one who took all the hala, the poison, through his mouth. The fire we offer, the fire purifies anything which we put into it. So the last sentence in Jambhe Dadhami, all that is negative. If we think something bad about anyone, that has to be offered to the Lord. If somebody thinks bad of us, that also let's offer to the Lord. Let's not be bothered about it. That's an action we are going to do, and we are telling the Lord we will do that. Once we do that, actually we will be happy. Mrida, the Lord, we will be happy. We will be comfortable. We will not be. So all these meanings are contained in the last mantra. One mantra, very complicated, long mantra. It has 3 parts, as we have seen. With that, actually, the Sri Rudram Namakam comes to an end. As a practice, there are 7 additional mantras which are chanted. We will take a look at them in the next couple of weeks. But with this line, the Anuvaka proper has come to an end. The Rudra Namaka has come to an end. So that's what it is. There was one word I think Kalyani had asked, I had just mentioned from mantra 8, so I will just touch that also, and then if there are any questions. The word was Aila Brida. Okay, Aila Brida is from the mantra 8. Ye patham patirakshay Aila Brida Yavyuda. Okay, I've just given the meaning. Those who patham, in the path, patirakshay, they protect the path. Okay, margam. And Aila Brida, nurturers by giving food. People and the Rudras who give us food. Yavyuda, destroyers or protects us. To those Rudras, we are saying, let the arrows be spread everywhere. The positive, beneficent arrows be, or dhanva, the bows be spread everywhere. That was the meaning, which we looked at for Sahasra Yojana. So I'm going to just take the word Aila Brida and discuss a bit. So the word is Aila Bridaha. Okay. So I made a small mistake. Okay. So Aila Bridaha. Okay. So the the whole word starts with the word Ira. So the word Ira means earth, goddess of speech, etc. indicates food. That word indicates food in this context. Okay, Ira. A collection of Ira is called Iram. Iram means a collection of Ira. This Iram is actually transformed into Elam. Ilam. In the Vedas, we see sometimes certain sounds transform into something else. The rishis know what how it is transformed. The rules are very complicated, I guess, and some of them we don't even understand what the rationale or the process is, but that's the usage by the rishis. So the Iram is sometimes referred to in the Vedas as Ailam. Okay. Then Aila, then Bridaha, there's a word, the second part of that word. So that which supports, that the word in Sanskrit is Vibhrat. Vibhrat, okay. Vibhrat, actually it's Vibhrat. V is the first letter and Br is the second root word which comes together. Okay. So because of that, you get something called Britaha. Okay, Britaha. So Br means anything which supports. Okay. But this Br has become Br here, you can see. Okay. So what has happened is, so we have already seen Ira has become Elam, Iram and Elam, Ilam. Then in the second part, the B has become B and the breath the has become the. So that is how you get Britaha. Okay, Britaha has become Bridaha. Okay, you can say Aila Britaha. Britaha has become Bridaha. Okay, so Aila Britaha has undergone many changes and is seen as Aila Britaha. So these are, the changes of the sound of certain consonants in different contexts. It has happened. And some of these are explained by, Yaska and Nigantu and Nirukta and so on. I myself am not very familiar. So this is what I have learned. So I've just shared. So that's how the word Ailabrita means those who provide food and nourish, who support the process of production of food and feeding all the human living beings. So the Rudras who perform that are Ailabrita. Okay, so with that I will stop. That's all I have prepared for today. If there are any questions, and if I know the answer, I will share. Otherwise, I'll come back with some research. I will stop here. Yes, Brother Kumar, please go.
Brother, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any discourses by Baba on the Shivas, because there must be a lot of deep meaning of drinking, the poison, Is any Swami's discourses there on that?
Every year, brother, at least one discourse is there on Shiva. On Shivratri day, every year, I don't know, from 58 to 2000 and I guess 9 or 10, Swami has given discourses. So you can say that many discourses are there.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just a matter of finding it. So if you go to the Sri Sathya Sai Books and Publication Trust, they have all the discourses in several volumes present there.
Okay.
So every year, if you look at the Shivaratri discourse, the Swami would have spoken about Shiva in great detail, but there would have been other instances also he would have spoken. But definitely every Shivaratri he has given a talk and some aspects of Shiva is touched.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Sai Ram uncle.
Yes.
Can you explain one more time how the jamba becomes the fire, or like that word for the mouth also comes to
Yeah, so Jambha, I have not put down, I have not accept. If you look up the dictionary, you will find Jambha is anything which crushes, something which swallows, type of meaning. See, they say Ambu means it's water, Jamba, Ja means that which goes. There are multiple meanings people are giving. But in short, in this context, it basically means that which, whenever you offer it to something, something which takes it, swallows it, consumes it, processes it, digests it, everything is, I think, is covered by Jamba, is what I understand. There is, I looked at, people who have broken it down by root words and so on. I was not, I couldn't really fathom that. But that general meaning is that which consumes. Mouth is the common meaning all the commentators have given. Some people have given teeth also. Some people have used the word jaws. And in some cases, they use the word fire. So these are different way perceived, different meanings perceived by different commentators. So I think the Lord, you just offer it to the Lord, and He will take care of it. That's the way I understand. I don't know. I don't know whether I have answered your question or not, but
Yes, uncle. Yeah, I think also in like the Bhagavad Gita also, I think when Arjuna sees the Vishvarupa darshan, he also sees people going into Krishna's mouth.
follow exactly. Yes, yes. So He's the one who gives rice, and He's the one who eats. He is eaten by us, and He eats us also.
And when you do a yajna, is the fire considered like the mouth or something like that? Or
See, the fire is considered the mailman, the postman. He will deliver anything which you give to whoever you are to. He takes it in. Swami says it's like a letterbox. You drop it in the letterbox, it will take you wherever it has to go. Actually, it swallows whatever you give, and it reaches the destination. So fire is like that. He is the middle person who transports whatever you give. He takes it in himself, and he will take it wherever it has to go.
Thank you.
Yes, Pradvi Malaysan.
Sairam, no, just minor doubt. This, that Andarikshe, the earth, heaven and in between, that Yesham, Vada, Anna, Varsha, those are air, food, and rain. Ishava is arrow, right?
Arrows, yes.
Arrow. So Ishava, yeah. So
Ishava means that which pierces, okay. But general meaning is common usage is arrows.
oh, okay. So it says so these things, these food, air, and rain, act as arrow or pierce to those Rudras we do namaskar. So does that mean these things, it gives only the negative meaning, or that's what you said?
Yeah, so see, they are all arrows. The arrows, so anything which pierces. So you can say the Rudras used them as weapons, you can say, or instruments. Just the way it's a knife, instrument, or a weapon.
Okay. So Rudra used these things as either beneficial or
Yes, so
malicious.
that's why that which pierces. So, for example, if you go to a doctor, the doctor also pierces with a needle.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And even if you eat, the food also goes inside the cell.
Right.
That means it goes in, means it's piercing inside.
Oh, okay.
So if we don't pierce anything, the food does not pierce the cells will not grow.
Right.
It will not multiply.
Okay.
So that's why the Ishava is that which pierces. So you can say tools, instruments,
Okay.
weapons. So it's the same thing. Many people ask this question: is Hindu gods all have weapons?
Okay.
Are they all fighting? No, they use it for positive purposes also.
Okay.
Equally, so they are not. If a person one who thinks they fight only with the weapon, they will think everyone is going to fight.
But when it says here, Rudra who make these things does either way, we do namaskar. But here the Rudrepya, again, it's plural, right?
it's all plural, yes.
So again, we have to take it as in the Advaitic meaning, or the god, the Rudra who resides in all living beings. Is that correct?
So the way to see it is the same Rudra is present as many Rudras. It is the same Rudra. Even the ultimate Advaita is not even an indweller. It is all Rudra. Rudra appears as many.
Right.
In Krishna Avatara, say every gopi is supposed to dance with Krishna during Rasa Leela.
Okay.
But is it Krishna in that? No, it is Krishna who took many forms.
Okay.
So I think in the full Advaita principle, you will see the many, but you will see it as one also.
Okay. Okay.
It's the same Rudra who appears many to us.
Right.
It's only an appearance, but
Right.
Rudra is one. So his
Okay.
appearances may be many, brother. I think that's the way I understand.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone.